Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see the book Prince and it is written by Anthony Mary and it is story part 2. So I lived my life alone without anyone that I could really talk to until I had an accident with my plane in the desert of Sahara 6 years ago. Something was broken in my and as I had with me neither a mechanic nor any passenger. I set myself to attempt the difficult repairs all alone. It was a question of all or death for me. I had scarcely enough drinking water to last a week. The first night, then I went to sleep on the sand, 1,000 miles from any human habitation. I was more isolated than a shipwrecked sailor on a raft in the middle of the ocean. Thus, you can imagine my amazement at sunrise when I was awakened by an old little voice. It said, "If you please, draw me a sheep." What? Draw me a sheep? I jumped to my feet, completely thunderstruck. I blinked my eyes hard. I looked carefully all around me, and I saw a most extraordinary small person who stood there examining me with a great sincereness. Here you may see the best portrait that later I was able to make of him, but my drawing is certainly very much less charming than it is moral. That, however, is not my fault. That grown ups discouraged me in my painting career when I was 6 years old, and I never learned to draw anything except boas from the outside and boas from the inside. Now I started at this sudden appreciation with my eyes fairly starting out of my head in a desert 1,000 miles from my inhabit region, and yet my little man seemed neither to be staring uncertainly among the sands, nor to be fainting from fatigue, or hunger, or thirst, or fear. Nothing about him gave any suggestions of a child lost in the middle of the desert. 1,000. Here is the best portrait that later I was able to make of him. Miles from any human habitation, when at last I was able to speak, I said to him, "But what are you doing here?" And in answer, he requested very slowly, as if he were speaking of a matter of great consequence, "If you please draw me a sheep." When a mystery is too overpowering, one dare not disobey. Absurd as it might seem to me, 1,000 miles of a human habitation and a danger of death. I took out of my pocket a sheet of paper and my fountain pen. But then I remembered how my studies had been concentrated on geography, history, and arithmetic and grammar. And I told the little chap, little crossly too, that I did not know how to draw. He answered me, "That doesn't matter, draw me a sheep." But I had never drawn a sheep. But I drew for him once the two pictures then I have drawn better, and I was astounded to hear the little fellow greet it with, "No, no, no, I do not want an elephant inside a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor is a very dangerous creature, and an elephant is very cumbersome. Wherever I live, everything is very small. What I need is a sheep. Draw me a sheep." So then I made a drawing. He looked at it carefully and then said, "No, this is not the sheep I ask you. Make me another one." So I made him another drawing. My friend smiled gently and ingently. "You see yourself," he said, "that this is not a sheep. There is a ram. It has horns." So then I said, "My drawing is over once more." But it was rejected too, just like the others. "This one is too old. I want the ship that lives a long time." But this time my patience was exhausted. But I was in a hurry to start taking my engine apart. So I tossed off this drawing and I threw out an elephant with it. "This is only his box. The sheep you asked for is inside." I was very surprised to see a little break over the phrase on my young judge. That is exactly the way I wanted it. Do you think that the sheep will have to have a great deal of grass? Why? Because I where live in a everything is very small. There will surely be enough grass. For him, I said, "It is a very small sheep that I have given you." He bent his head over the drawing. "No, so small that, look, he has gone to sleep." And that is how I made a acquaintance of Little Prince. I hope you all enjoy listening this video. Like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this with your friends and families. Thank you.